While other geniuses promised to conquer the world for the goddess, this shameless outcast looked into her eyes and declared, "I grant you freedom! Just don't cheat on me!" His words left the ultimate beauty speechlessly furious. But outside the palace, a deadly crisis had already begun. The ruthless bandits raised their blades, about to slaughter his helpless parents. But they made a fatal mistake. The legendary giant protector of the Count's palace suddenly appeared behind them. Don't blink, because the ultimate wedding and revenge begin right now!
An hour later, the 6 young men were each escorted into 6 separate study rooms for the selection process, and the sole judge of this Earl Manor's husband selection was none other than Kim Mulan. Time was pressing. Before noon, she had to choose her future husband, and by evening, the wedding had to take place immediately. The Earl Manor's groom selection had officially begun. The first candidate to be evaluated was Wang Lian, the registrar of Xuanwu City. Wang Lian stood before the woman of his dreams with a flushed face. "It's happening. It's finally happening. Soon I'll become Mulan's husband." Wang Lian and Kim Mulan had known each other for over 10 years. He was both a talented young scholar with promising achievements and one of the strongest candidates among those selected. Ever since childhood, he had been infatuated with Kim Mulan. He even abandoned the comfort of staying at home to focus on the imperial examinations, and instead traveled all the way to a distant place like Nuzhong County just to serve as a registrar, simply so he could remain close to her. Wang Lian thought to himself, "Soon I'll be finally sharing a bed with that breathtaking body." Almost everyone in the Earl Manor believed he would become the Manor's future son-in-law. Kim Mulan asked, "Wang Lian, what can you give me in the future?" Wang Lian quickly assessed the situation in his mind. "With my understanding of Mulan, the thing she treasures most is the century-old legacy of the Earl Manor." He answered confidently, "After we marry, I will continue and pass the imperial examination. From now on, you will govern through martial strength, while I govern through intellect. Together, we will surely make the rule of the Xuanwu Earl Manor even more prosperous. We will ensure the Kim family's 100-year legacy shine brighter than ever and pass down for generations." Kim Mulan replied calmly, "Thank you, Cousin Wang." Then she turned and walked away. Afterward, Kim Mulan visited the rooms of the remaining candidates, Mo Ye and the 3 young men from the Earl Manor, asking them all the same question. Entering the next room, Kim Mulan asked, "Young Master Mo, if you marry into the Earl Manor, what can you give me in the future?" The man answered proudly, "I will pass the imperial examination and become one of the greatest masters under heaven. I will lead the Earl Manor's armies across countless battlefields, achieving glorious victories and elevating the Kim family to even greater heights." Kim Mulan continued, "Thank you, young Master Mo. If you marry into the Earl Manor, what else can you offer me?" The young man answered fluently, without hesitation, "I will remain loyal to the Earl Manor forever. I would willingly leap into boiling oil or blazing fire for Lady Mulan. I will make the Kim family stronger and more prosperous." After hearing the responses of the 5 men, Kim Mulan finally arrived at the last room, the room where Shen Lang was waiting. "Shen Lang," she asked softly, "if you marry into the Earl Manor, what can you give me in the future?" Shen Lang thought, "What can I give her? There's actually a lot I could offer. First of all, my eyesight is exceptional. If Mulan ever encountered blocked meridians while cultivating martial arts, I'd immediately know how to clear them. I could also improve the Earl Manor's steel forging techniques and upgrade the military equipment of the Kim army. I could even serve as a physician. If Mulan suffered severe pain during certain days of the month, I could help treat her. But Mulan probably wouldn't care about those things. None of that would truly move her." After pondering for a moment, Shen Lang finally spoke. "What I can give you is freedom. As long as you do not commit adultery with another man, you can do whatever you wish." Mulan froze upon hearing those words, her cheeks instantly turning red. "So shameless!" she stammered angrily, clenching both fists tightly. Turning around, she walked away while muttering, "What an idiot! He doesn't understand a woman's heart at all." Watching her departing figure, Shen Lang reflected on her words. Doesn't understand a woman's heart? A faint smile slowly appeared on his lips, his face filled with pride, as if he had already seen through her intentions. Inside the study room of the Xuanwu Earl Manor, Kim Zhuo and his wife were anxiously waiting for their daughter's choice. Kim Mulan entered and knelt before them. "Father, mother, your daughter has made her choice." Her mother blinked in surprise. It hasn't even been a quarter of an hour yet. You decided that quickly? Kim Jwo frowned. Didn't you choose carelessly, did you? Then he asked, eagerly, who is it, Wang Lian or Mo Ye? Once the groom is confirmed, I'll immediately send out wedding invitations. The marriage ceremony will take place tonight. Kim Mulan lowered her head and answered quietly, the man I chose is Shen Lang. Kim Jwo's eyes widened in shock. Mulan, have you lost your mind? Those other men are so outstanding. Why would you choose Shen Lang? Kim Mulan answered honestly, Father, the 3 young men from the Earl Manor are my subordinates. I could never accept them as husbands. As for Wang Lian and Mo Ye, they are indeed talented. One said he wanted to complement my martial strength with his literary talent and help rule the Earl Manor. The other boasted about his unmatched martial arts and his desire to lead the Earl Manor's army to conquer battlefields and earn great achievements. Kim Jwo stared blankly for a moment before asking, Mulan, isn't that exactly what we want? Kim Mulan shook her head. As long as father remains healthy, then naturally there would be no problem. But if one day you are no longer here, and my husband becomes greedy for the Earl Manor's authority, what would happen to me? What would happen to my younger brother? Hearing those words, Kim Jwo and his wife reacted completely differently. Kim Mulan's mother covered her mouth with trembling hands, tears welling in her eyes. Kim Jwo, meanwhile, clasped his hands together tightly and frowned deeply. Kim Mulan continued, Shen Lang gave me hope. His answer was freedom. As long as I do not betray him with another man, he said I could do whatever I wished. If I marry him, then we will never have to worry about the Kim family's legacy being stolen away. She knelt down fully and bowed before them. I beg father to grant his approval. Seeing their daughter's determination, the couple hesitated. Kim Mulan's mother spoke worriedly. But Shen Lang is far too useless. You know his terrible reputation throughout Xuanwu City. Kim Mulan answered calmly, Shen Lang's terrible reputation is actually perfect for calming the anger of the Zhu family. If I were to marry someone too exceptional, the Zhu family would never let the matter rest. Seeing their enemies suffer misfortune would bring them satisfaction. Besides, I only have one requirement for my future husband. He must be handsome and refined, and in that regard, Shen Lang is more than qualified. Kim Mulan's mother could no longer hold her back from tears, while Kim Jwo trembled with rage and sorrow. Unable to suppress his emotions, Kim Jwo slammed his palm into the nearby wall, shattering a large section of it. His voice choked with grief. Mulan, my poor daughter. Then he suddenly turned toward the steward beside him and shouted, Where is that rebellious son? The guard immediately bowed respectfully and replied, The young master is currently reading in his room.
Kim Jwo was still furious as he barked at the guard. Reading? What's the point of reading? Ever since childhood, his elder sister has always been the one forced to sacrifice herself. Kim Jong, bring me a whip. Kim Jwo's wife looked at him in shock. Husband, what do you need a whip for? Kim Jwo grabbed the whip from the guard and replied angrily, Today, I'm going to properly teach that useless brat a lesson. Hearing that her husband intended to punish their son, his wife hurriedly spoke up. Wait, husband. At first, it seemed like she was about to stop him, but somehow she was already holding a leather whip in her own hand. I'm coming with you. Moments later, miserable screams echoed throughout the Xuanwu Earl Manor. Ow! Father! Mother! Why are you beating me? Meanwhile, Kim Jwo roared furiously, Because I feel like beating a useless brat like you. Outside, Kim Mulan's mother enthusiastically encouraged him. Hit him harder! In the distance, the desperate cries of Kim Mulan's younger brother continued to ring out. Big sister, save me, save me. Meanwhile, on Shen Lang's side, Steward Kim Jong entered the room. His expression was far from pleasant as he glanced coldly at Shen Lang. Young Master Shen, come with me to the reception hall. Shortly, I'll have your family brought here as well. Shen Lang answered gently, Yes. Then he followed behind Kim Jong. As he walked, Shen Lang secretly rejoiced inwardly. Kim Jong is taking me there, which means I won. Ha ha ha! I, Shen Lang, won this gamble. From now on, I'll become the son-in-law of the wealthiest family of Xuanwu City. Uxie family, Lin family, and you too, Tan Heng, just wait for me. Since you wanted to destroy both of us, don't think a single one of you will escape. First, I'll teach Tan Heng a lesson in manners. While following Kim Jong, Shen Lang suddenly asked Kim Jong, Steward Kim, could you please bring my parents here as quickly as possible? Kim Jong looked at him curiously. Why? Shen Lang answered calmly. Someone wants to wipe out my entire family.
Kim Zung's expression immediately darkened. So, there are actually people in Zhuanwu City daring to target Shen Lang's family now. No matter what, Shen Lang is already the future son-in-law of the Earl Manor. Kim Zung turned around and continued leading the way. Very well, I'll ensure your family's safety. Young Master Shen, rest well and prepare for tonight's wedding ceremony. Outside Zhuanwu City, at the Zhuanwu Civil Guard headquarters, the gathering place of the Black Robe Gang, Tian Heng was leisurely drinking and eating while a young maid attended him nearby. As he drank, Tian Heng spoke to Tian 13. It's almost time. Si-sun, go take some men and arrest Shen Lang's entire family. Taking another sip of wine, he added coldly, if he hands over the formula, let them die quickly and painlessly. But if he refuses, make sure they die slowly and painfully. Tian 13 immediately arose and acknowledged the order. Understood. The righteous and wicked factions of Zhuanwu City had begun moving because of Shen Lang. The righteous side received wedding invitations. The wicked side prepared to slaughter Shen Lang's entire family. Yet they all shared one thing in common. None of them knew Shen Lang was about to marry Qin Mulan. Thus, when the Kim family suddenly announced that Qin Mulan was getting married and that the wedding would be held immediately, the entire city of Zhuanwu exploded into hot discussion. But none of that stopped Tian Heng from making his move. Tian 13 reined in his horse before Shen Lang's house. A faint light leaked through the cracks of the door. Looking at the humble house before him, Tian 13 sneered inwardly. Weakness itself is the root of all suffering. He immediately gave the order and charged forward on horseback. By order of the city lord, the Shen family has concealed Fanlan and evaded taxes. Arrest them immediately. Anyone who resists will be executed without question. Move. The surrounding bandits shouted in unison, Yes, sir. Tian 13 kicked the door in violently, shattering it into pieces. His brutal face glowed red like a demon from hell. Yet when he looked inside, both Tian 13 and the bandits behind him froze in shock. Inside, the remaining 3 family members were covered in injuries, yet they still stood tall, with weapons already in hand, fully prepared to fight to the death. Tian 13 let out a cold laugh. Old man, what exactly are you trying to do? Meanwhile, Shen Lang's father coughed up blood violently. Even with blood still staining his lips, he answered calmly, We're all worthless people anyway. As long as Shen Lang is not home, it doesn't matter if we die. I'll fight you bastards to the end. Tian 13's eyes turned blood red. His grin resembled that of a savage demon as his hand slowly grasped the hilt of his blade. So, you intend to resist. He slowly raised the blade high above head. That counts as rebellion. Sorry about this, uncle, but your nephew here has no choice except to act. Shen Lang's parents stared fearfully at the raised blade. Suddenly, Tian 13's expression changed. A chilling sense of danger surged from behind him. He spun around instantly and shouted, Who's there? The instant he turned around, he saw Kim Zung standing behind him. Kim Zung towered over him like a giant mountain, his overwhelming aura suffocating enough to make Tian 13 instinctively afraid. This pressure? Trying to remain calm, Tian 13 spoke carefully. By order of the city lord, we are arresting tax evaders who concealed Fanland. Unrelated parties should leave immediately. Kim Zung replied indifferently. Oh, normally when the city lord's office handles official business, we wouldn't interfere. However, my master has invited Shen Lang's family to attend a wedding banquet. If I fail to bring them back to my master, I won't know how to explain myself. Could you perhaps make an exception? Tian 13 narrowed his eyes suspiciously. May I ask your honored name? Kim Zung answered simply and directly, Kim Zung. The moment those words fell, his intimidating aura flared outward, as if to dare Tian 13 to make a move.